Go. Yo, what's up, guys? Ash Cash, the financial motivator, and you are now tuned in to the Blowing Bubbles podcast. Guess what, y'all? Stay popping. Let's go.
I was like, wait a minute, what's going on with
What's up? What's up? What's popping? How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you. How about yourself?
I am good. I'm tired, and me and this camera, we're gonna fight. I see it keeps going in and out of focus. So I got a new camera yesterday, and it's not. I don't know where to sit.
Look, you lean back. I'm gonna lean back too.
Like I see it's going in and out of focus. You ready? You with me yet? You with me yet? You with me? Okay, I am way out of focus. Oh no. Like, is it trying to decide? What are we doing? That's gonna drive me nuts.
I'm gonna do you like they do when is your lens clean when you when you go to use your phone and they tell you, is your lens clean?
Yeah, it didn't. I mean, it's still blurry. Oh well. The show must go on. It's really going to bother me. Oh my gosh. I don't know whether
Hey, look, I'm here with you, so let's do this.
I feel like that was a little no. That's not it either. It doesn't like that distance. Okay, so this if I sit back.
That's a little better. That's a little better.
Okay, we cool. Hello, I see 3 people have joined. What's up? What's poppin'? We are live at 8:45 on the Blowing Bubbles podcast. I'm trying to give you guys a couple seconds to get in here. Yes. Let me see. I'm going to pull up the comments on YouTube. Hey, Cheryl Martin. She's on YouTube. She's on Facebook. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kitura, are you able to share from your Facebook? If you share it on your Facebook, because I'm broadcasting to YouTube and Facebook. Okay. So if you share it on Facebook, your friends will see it as well.
So, all right. So let me do this because I can work this out. I'm reasonably intelligent. So we're going. So let me go. So I'm going to your. Let me see. It's on your page or
It's on mine.
Okay.
Matter of fact, let me do what I always have to do. And go to Facebook.
All right. I see you're live. And in the building. So okay.
And all of the guests, if you are on Facebook watching this, just know if you do not go to StreamYard.com and you don't have to register for anything, but you have to give them permission to access your Facebook comments. I won't see your comments until like the next day or until my mom say, did you see what that person said? I won't know. Chef Kitura won't know. So do us a little favor. And my preference is that you watch via YouTube because we want to run those watch hours up. You feel me? Make sure y'all subscribe. Big K, what's up, Kenny? One of the super fans. He tunes in all the time. Yes, if you don't go on, so Kenny, you're a classic example. I happen to have my phone in my hand, so I saw your comment. But if I'm not looking at Facebook, which I'm gonna try not to be looking down at my phone, because I have beautiful Chef K with me, so I want to engage and look straight ahead. So I won't see your comments, just so y'all know. So just StreamYard.com and hit acknowledge, allow, whatever they ask for permissions. All right. So my sister, how are you doing? Because I have beautiful Chef K
okay.
with me,
so look, now I got turn that volume down
Turn your
because
volume
I
down.
needed to be able to share.
Yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
but I am
Hey,
doing
Valerie, what'd you say, sis?
supercalifragilistic expialidocious amazing.
So Kenny asked, "What's the talk today?" We're just gonna talk. We're gonna talk to Chef K. She has a book. She is doing an event coming up. We just have, just a general conversation. I like to freestyle, so no specific topic today. We just gonna get into it. Um, you do you have a copy of your book handy? Bam. Look at that. Look at that. Grandma's hands. Woo. One of these days, so I have this little mixer situation going on right here. One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to do the air horns so I can go. Burr, 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 burr.
We're
I have all this equipment that I have no idea how to work. So, hey, we're
gonna
going to
figure
we're
it
going to
out.
figure it out.
We're gonna
Awesome.
figure it
Grandma's hands. To me, that means a lot. I can just imagine. I learned how to cook from my grandmothers, primarily from my grandma, primarily my great grandmother, actually. And oh my goodness, I can't wait to get into that and find out really what is behind grandma's hands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So tell us about that book.
So during my culinary, I had a radio show. It was the Chef's Zone, and we interviewed other chefs and cooks, and we asked the question of where does your one of my standard questions was where does your love for cooking come from? And it was kind of like you said, my mom or my grandmother or my dear big mama, whatever term of endearment that they used for their grandmother. That's where that's what the response was, and for same for me, my grandmother. Um, it was a treat to go to my grandparents' house on the weekends. After school on Friday, if I knew I was going to my grandmother, I knew we was going to go shopping the next day, and we was going to go eat, and then we were coming back and we were cooking that night because my grandmother, old school, she didn't cook on Sundays. So
Mhm.
that was the thing. So it was super awesome to be able to sit in her kitchen and, you know, hey, baby, grab this out of the refrigerator or, help me stir this. And then, of course, when it comes to baking and you get to lick the spoon
The
or whatever it
spoon.
is.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. So, but, and it was, when we went out to eat, there was a restaurant, and I don't even know if they're still in existence, Ponderosa. That was one of her favorite restaurants
Listen.
too.
Oh yes, I used to kill Ponderosa.
And my grandmother made like the best salads. And I was like intrigued with her chewing and the crunch of the croutons. So we enjoyed our food. So, I became a foodie. And that's where my love for cooking comes from. So fast forward to adulthood, and I'm like, I want to be able to do something and pay homage to her. So I decided I was going to write a recipe book, and it wasn't going to be just a recipe book. It was going to include short stories about my childhood growing up with my grandmother. And during that, um, I had to ask my mom some questions, and I said, you know what? I'm going to include my mom in this book. So we're going to include my mom, and I'm going to talk to her grandchildren about, some of their favorite recipes that she makes. And I know, wait for it, wait for it. I know y'all can't believe it, but I too am a grandmother. So I decided I was going to take it a step further. And so, yeah, so we've got three generations of mothers and their favorite recipes. So So it's like I said, a little short story, love story, and recipe book. So that's
Nice.
how this book came about.
That's beautiful. And your how many recipes are you sharing in the book?
There are 15 recipes.
Beautiful. Okay. What is your favorite one from the book?
Ooh, I'm probably gonna say the fried chicken. Normally I would probably like my salmon. My salmon is hands down one of my most requested items. Um, but it's something about that fried chicken. And I have taken my grandmother's recipe, and I've kind of zhuzhed up a little bit over the last couple of years. So now it's like, um, with the brining technique. So you ever had it? You bit into a piece of chicken, crust is banging. You got all that flavor in that crust, and then once the crust is gone, you start chewing the chicken, and it's just like bland. So
Mhm.
you brine it so you get that flavor throughout, and then being able to find the right combination of brine. If you want to go ahead and throw some of the natural herbs and spices into it, it's pretty awesome.
Woo, okay. You you
Look,
you
wipe my
speak
mouth.
my language.
Got
Yeah.
me able to do
Let
it.
me, let me tell you something. Now, fried chicken is like a legacy in my family. My great grandmother, my grandma Emma, her chicken was famous. Like she made the most amazing chicken. Like you could eat it cold and wouldn't even be offended. My mother got it. Like
Okay.
she got the chicken juice all sprinkled in her soul because she got it's like the kids all love her chicken. I can cook chicken, but I mean, I'm not even gonna oh my
It
grandma, my mother, oh my gosh. Like it's the thing. We know when we're getting together, my mom is gonna cook chicken. She yeah, that's her thing.
look,
We
one
got
thing, it's like when you're having a family get-togethers, nobody else signs up for the chicken because you already know.
I
You
already know
already
who got like if it's not hers, like who told you to do
don't even think about it. You get
right?
offended if somebody else
Take
says,
me and my sister-in-law on there and said and does like yes, she does have the bomb chicken. Thank you for tuning in, sis, and thank you for being on YouTube. Yay! Yes, Valerie is watching from Florida. Thank you. Yes, y'all in the comments,
"Oh,
let me
Valley,
know
yes,
where you
yes, yes."
are
Let me see.
from
Let me see. I was trying to
to look at your comment.
do the YouTube so we can boost up those numbers.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Kenny said, this is his kind of talk. He just made a meal steamed asparagus on olive oil, mushrooms, and onions, garlic sauteed, and a teaspoon of jalapeno juice with baked salmon.
Okay. Okay,
What?
Kenny.
Put your finger in the air. Come on now, Kenny.
Kenny sound like he know a little bit.
He sound like he know a little bit. I don't know now. We gonna have to test that. We gonna have to have Big K on here. That's a good friend of mine. He is always tuning in, supporting. There's a lot of new ways to cook chicken. It's in the season and the batter. Absolutely, absolutely. I like now my chicken will not offend you. Believe me. Of course, learning about new recipes too. Yes, yes, yes. Leanne said that we are always recipes is cooking together is one of the key ways for not only to pass down family traditions, but it's one of the ways to connect with family. It's one of those times where you have to learn. You learn without realizing that you're learning as a youngin. You're learning patience. I learned patience when my grandmother was teaching me how to bake a cake, and I made a cake fall because I kept opening that doggone oven. I
Mm.
learned that before I was even 10 years old. So I my grandmother was also famous for her cakes. So, and she was one of those teachers who she was not going to keep saying it and repeating herself. She made us learn by example. Like, okay, now I done told you. And now we got the dip in the cake, like, what
But
you
we
mean I
still ate
made
it.
I'm thinking I didn't drop it, Grandma. You know you made a call. So and learning from her, I attribute most of my cooking from her because she did not use recipes.
So funny that you should say that, right?
Mhm.
I get asked, how long did it take for me to write the book? Right? Writing the book was not, I was done with that in like less than 30 days. I knew what I wanted to say.
Mhm.
I had been thinking about it. I took a trip to Africa, and that's what I did on the flight.
Now, where'd you go to Africa? Which part of Africa?
Tanzania. So I did Arusha, Zanzibar, and Serengeti.
Beautiful. Did
Yeah,
you pick up any recipes or cooking tips while you were there, or special ingredients that aren't
I
common
did.
here?
I did bring back some spices. Um, that I was like, okay, now what do I do with them? So you get in the lab and you play around, but a lot of because they are natural herbs and spices, a lot of them are common to
Mm,
the states, but then there were some that were different um, that I played around with them a little bit, and the flavor profiles were really good. They were really good. Um, but that's how I ended up actually writing the book itself. It was the recipes that took the longest because everything I do is a pinch of that, or let me just shake this in there, and my pinch may not be your pinch, so you can't
absolutely.
really
I
pinch
learned
this,
how to cook with the pinch
right?
method too. Yeah.
And you can't say, well, you just eyeball how much oil to put in the pan. No, no, you gotta, and then you have to differentiate between, if you're going to, if you tell people, chop up an onion or dice up an onion, or, so you got all of those different things that you have to be specific when you're
Mhm.
writing a recipe. So let's just say there was a whole lot of, you do it and you're like, okay. And then you can't have a recipe book without including pictures. So now you really got to make everything so you can get the pictures, because you don't want to use a stock photo from the
Right.
internet. You want your own product in the
Hey,
book.
Elle.
So that was but it was fun. I'm working on, I have an idea for Grandma's Hands Volume 2. Um,
Okay.
that'll be later this year. I've got a lot of um, things on my plate right now, and sometimes I have to reel her in. So reel it in, girl, reel it in. Whoa. So because you as an entrepreneur, your mind is constantly going,
Absolutely.
constantly
Oh my goodness. I don't
going,
sleep.
right?
My brain doesn't sleep. Yes. An
Yeah.
entrepreneur and a creative person. Oh, forget about it. Forget about it. It's like sleep.
I ended up having to put a notebook on my nightstand. Gotta remember that stuff, right? You wake up the next morning like, man, I had an awesome idea, but then I went back to sleep. No, you got to put them nuggets. You,
Right.
you got to get the nuggets and put them in a book. So yeah, I've got a couple of things coming down the
Me too.
pipeline. So
Trying to acknowledge all the guests. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. I'm trying to keep up with the comments as well. Kenny said his mom's pound cake and red velvet cake was the bomb too. Man,
Kenny is a foodie. Kenny
he's
ready.
a definite foodie. Let us know in the comments, guys. What were some of your favorite recipes? Did you learn from your mom, your grandma? Tell us about your experience of learning to cook or watching and cooking with someone. Or if you are now the elder, what are some of the things that you incorporate into your life? We want to make this interactive. We want to talk to Chef K. If you have any questions for her, we're going to have I want to be more deliberate in um, engaging the audience. I really appreciate everybody's time and tuning in. And I don't just want it to be like, hey, y'all come on here just to watch me talk. I really want to know what you're doing, what you're going through, what you're feeling. What have you experienced? What recipes do you like? Tell us what you cook. What's your favorite thing to make? Um, I love this. I love this. I've never thought about writing a cookbook. That is so beautiful. But I have a ton of things that I learned to cook from my grandmothers. I was blessed to have both grandmothers on both sides and great grandparents as well.
Mhm.
My last great grandparent didn't pass away until my kids, three of my kids were grown and out of school. So I had well, no, two of them. Well, Dominique, so three. Yeah,
So, it's funny
love
that you.
learning more. All right. That's what's up. I don't know who JJJ is, but thank you for tuning in. That's on YouTube. We appreciate it.
Look, so we're gonna put this one over here so I can watch too. I got all of these,
I know
my
I had to tune it back, pull it back. I got so my desk is on the other side of the room with my multiple monitors. I'll be doing this all day. I had to streamline my setup.
tennis match. You got the tennis match.
Yes, yes. So I'm doing, the telephone and my thing right in front of me. This is awesome. I'm so glad that so many people are engaging and they're tuning in.
Yeah.
Now,
You
where can people buy your book on Grandma's House? Oh,
Grandma's
that's
ham. So they can go to my website, which is www.allabouttheminis, and that's AllaboutTheMinis.com/shop. So www.allabouttheminis.com/shop. And you'll also be able to find these two beauties there as well. Oh
we're definitely gonna get to that, ma'am.
yeah. You were talking about, writing a book, and I want to encourage you to do so. We think about um how history, right?
Mhm.
So this is legacy. This is leaving history behind for my children, my grandchildren, and going forward. So now, anytime someone in the family, they've got part of the legacy now imprint. So
Right.
same applies to you. There is a show that I watched, and it gave there was another woman, and ironically, our books have somewhat of the same um, body to it. I think hers is something like um, Ghost Kitchen or something, but it's talking about the ancestors. Because how many times have you sat there and while you're cooking, you're in a zone, and you say, you like I said, you're eyeballing it, and you just say, okay, that's about enough. And for me, it's like, okay, that's my ancestors and my grandmother saying, yep, that's
Hey,
enough, you know.
yes.
So it's really cool, Shauna. I'll share that with you. I'm going to find the link so that you can share it with your viewers later on. But it's really really great show, and it really makes you think about food being and I will tell anybody, food is, in my book, the number one universal love language. It is something that no matter what color, race, creed, gender, you all can sit at that table and have those good old fashioned conversations over some food. And it doesn't matter, who you are. It's going to bring you together at that table. And then, especially if you're sitting there and it's kind of quiet, but then you bite into that piece of fried chicken. and you start getting that little dance because you like,
Yes.
that was good. That was good. So um, I definitely think more about writing that recipe. It's just, it does something for the soul. It really does. It really does.
Yes. Yeah. I grew up as a cook. I won't call myself a chef, but I grew up as a cook when I was um I had a restaurant and a catering business, but in the restaurant when it hit me that everything relied on me, and I never wanted it to be the kind of situation, hey baby, I never wanted it to be the kind of situation where people were coming into my restaurant peeking, because we had this big window where you could see into the kitchen. I didn't want people peeking in there to see if I was there because the food tasted different when I wasn't. So
Hmm.
I had to learn how to develop recipes out of what I've been cooking for decades. And it was the hardest thing. The hardest was my sweet potato pie and my pound cake.
Mm,
Like, I don't know. Like you said, you had to make a bunch of batches to figure out, like, ooh, did I put that much for real? Is it that much
right,
butter for real? Is it that
right.
much sugar? Once you put it in writing, you're like, oh, good God. But I finally did it and that took me till I lived in Las Vegas and I was making pies and I had to document it because then I learned how to document it when I was working in the restaurant. But now I'm not making 40 pie batches. Oh my gosh, I gotta do this again.
It's like, oh wait, hold on. Now I
So
gotta
it's
reduce it.
a process to document, but I wanted it became conscious to me also. Now my children are grown. My desire was to make a cookbook to pass to my daughter-in-laws.
Okay.
I have 3 sons and I wanted that to be a gift to pass to my daughters-in-law, and then to my daughter when she got married. And not just the recipes, but my favorite kitchen gadgets. You've been in my kitchen. I got gadgets.
Look, you already know we here, right?
So to share the things, kind of like Oprah, my favorite things in the kitchen, I wanted to do that for the next generation of women coming behind me, just to have that piece of legacy to pass on. And now
Mhm.
I'm looking at my granddaughters, like I have 4 granddaughters. I want to be able to share that with them as my grandmothers did with me.
Yep.
And I can't skip past this. You held the spices up. Tell us about the spices, because you didn't just create recipes, you created your own line of spices.
I did. I did. Um,
Ooh, air horns. Brr, brr, brr. Wait a minute. Here's my version of air horns.
blowing bubbles, blowing bubbles. Oh, wait, wait, wait. Oh man, I'm tripping. Because I had some bubbles. I had some bubbles. And
I
I
know
said,
you
let me use
did.
it. That's okay. I'll get them next time. But so the spices came from using different items, right? You go and you get your staple seasons, onion powder, garlic powder, um, seasonal, oregano, thyme, rosemary. So you're getting all of these, black pepper, crushed black pepper, and you're like, okay. Then you got your paprika and your smoked paprika, and you start using all of this stuff, and you do this, and then you do this, and I'm like, eh. And when you purchase like the seasoning, what do you call it, the all-purpose seasoning, you're not in control in the sodium that is placed in these. So I wanted
Mm.
to be able to develop something like my seasoning line is called Love My Everything. And the seasonings themselves are named after my personalities. So my what
Thank
I
you,
call
Valerie.
My class act, the class act is bougie.
Okay.
So there's
Jay.
there's there's my little bougie personality, and this is kind of like an all-purpose, but it's got a hint of citrus to it, so it's really good on seafood, um, chicken, vegetables. You will need to add salt if you're a salt person because it's very low sodium on this one.
Now that's
Uh,
important because I have so many people in my close circle, in my family even, who have, we like our food flavorful, but they're fighting blood pressure.
mhm, mhm.
So something like this, we need to find these type spices that are these combination spices that can wake our food up but not run our blood pressure up.
That, yeah, which is the
So
reason why.
guys, make sure y'all get that bougie.
So that's
Okay.
that's the bougie, and then this is my smoky heat. That's called feisty because I got a little bit of feistiness in me. But this is more like a heat with smoked paprika and a little bit of cayenne pepper and some other herbs and spices. There's turmeric in there, which is a really good for you.
Anti-inflammatory. That's
Anti-inflammatory, and that's one of the things. Like when I was creating mine, health was a big factor in making these seasonings. So there are two that are ready for purchase now, but then there will be three more. So there's bougie, there is feisty, there's sassy, there's jazzy, and classy. Sassy, classy, jazzy, along with the feisty and the bougie.
you
Somebody
sound
was
like
like,
sassy,
yeah,
classy,
she's
spicy, spicy.
somebody was like, how many personalities do you have? It depends on what day that you get me. Because
Period.
let's keep it real, right? Some days, well, most days, I wake up in an amazing mood. I'm an early morning person. I'm up, I do my morning prayer, meditation, and I'm ready to take on the world. But life be life, and then stuff comes your way, and you got to make a shift. But at the end of the day, it's about your mindset, right?
Yes,
And you're the one that's in control of this. You can either take that and allow it to affect the rest of your day, or you can say, nah, I got this. And if it's nothing that you can control, you can't allow it to dictate the rest of your day, right?
absolutely.
You just keep it moving. So
Absolutely.
but I am a different individual when it comes in the kitchen, because that's my lab, that's my space. And
Yeah.
when I'm cooking,
Like your music studio. If you were a producer, that would be your studio. You are cooking up in the kitchen.
yeah,
I
yeah.
love
So if you come and you're disturbing me when I'm in my zone, you're probably gonna get a little bit of that feisty.
it. Oh
But
my goodness. Now, when will the rest of them be available?
um, my goal is by the end of the year. I put these. I set the. You have to have goals. You have to have
Absolutely.
goals and say, because unless you don't, they're just a thought, and there's no telling what will happen. Um, one of my mentors pushed me to get these first two out. It was like, I want you to go live. I want you to just pick a date, say you're gonna have that. So now I put it out there that, hey, I'm getting ready to launch these seasonings, and this is the date that they're gonna launch. So now I have to be intentional with my time and making sure that I got them ready to go.
Yes. Nice. I'm feeling like we should have a gift box by Christmas available for Christmas. So we need a Black Friday gift box package.
Let's do it.
I'm going ahead and turn the pressure up as well.
Yeah.
Gift box. I want the whole set by
I was gonna say the gift box will contain we're gonna do the little minis. We'll do, since my business is all about the minis, we'll have a little miniature gift box that will
Oh,
contain the
great
full line
segue.
of Love My Everything.
Great segue. Oh my goodness. So we have the cookbook, we have the spices, and we have all about the minis.
Yes.
I love that concept. I remember when we first met at an event, and I just thought your presentation was so doggone adorable. It's like, oh my gosh, it's about all about the minis.
Um, all about the minis was birthed um, because of COVID. I was already catering and had a different business name, but I ran into an issue with a client and the mac and cheese. I mean, folks love my mac and cheese. We're just gonna put that out there as well. So made two huge pans of mac and cheese, and they said they ran out. And I'm like, that should have been enough for at least 60 or 70 people. So I'm not sure how it ran out, but okay, I'll bite, right? So now you sit there and think to yourself, how can I make sure that this does not become an issue? Um, when you're doing drop offs, you don't know who's, if they're serving themselves, how many, if somebody's a big fan of mac and cheese and everybody's piling on this mac and cheese, there is an opportunity for
And of course,
the,
it's your fault because you didn't cook enough for 200, even
that's
though they
right.
ordered 70. Yes, it's your fault.
Hello, hello.
Wanted to pay
So I'm
$27. So
like, we not even. Ooh, we not.
told you I
We
eat
might.
taters, so I'm
We
good.
might. We might. We might. I might. I'm in a mood today, so y'all might get the feisty tonight. But but, but
Believe me, I've seen and done it all with this food. I've had people pull up at my house at 10 o'clock at night with a bunch of food talking about our wives got the stuff for food stamps. This is what you cooking. What? Like, I promise you, I've seen it all.
no, 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 no. But so yeah, I started preparing my mac and cheese. I do everything like normal, but now I cook it in a muffin pan. So it's single portions.
Love,
you
love,
you
love.
get what you get, right? So I'm like, okay, everybody loved the concept. They're like, oh my god, they're so cute, they're so adorable. And I'm like, okay, I'll bite. I'm listening. Let's go ahead and take this a step further. So my next item from there was the salmon sliders. And then from the salmon sliders, we have the Philly cheesesteak sliders and the chicken and waffle minis and the brunch items. So everything is small bites. And it helps out with portion control when you've got people who are watching what they want to eat and they're like, small bites, small portions, taco style items. So yeah, so I say when people ask, or what's the saying, when life throws you a lemon, you make lemonade. But I had to remind life, about grandma's hands and the fact that I had this culinary itch in me. And instead of making lemonade, I made a lemon meringue pie. And we showed
Woo!
that life. And we was like, all right, life, bring it. I got it. I got it. And from there,
Melvin,
when you when you get the right people, and it's not just about people in your circle, it's people in your corner. That corner is tight. That corner is going to push you. And I
woo,
took that leap of faith, right? And I said, I'm going to invest in myself, blowing bubbles, blowing bubbles.
I like that. That corner comment. I like that.
Yeah, yeah. I invested in myself, right? And I got some business coaches and some mentors. And this all leads up to all of the possibilities that you didn't know existed. We are taught, go to school, go to college, get a good education, get a job, making six figures. That was everybody's dream. Buy, get married, house a white picket fence, and not realizing when you say six figures, well, nowadays below six figures is, once the taxes and stuff come out,
you can still be broke making six figures.
yeah. So not understanding and not understanding to not be placed in that box, and that we all have a gift and we got to share it. And when you really tap in and you're like, I got all of this inside of me. Okay, like one of my mentors says, your message is someone else's medicine. So
Woo!
I feel like I gotta give people doses of my medicine. So that's why you got grandma's hands. That's why you got the love my everything seasoning. That's why you have all about the minis, right? We're not even gonna talk about the other stuff
A
unless
bar.
you want to.
Let's not gloss over that. That's a bar. Your message is someone else's medicine.
Your message is
Ooh,
someone else's medicine.
let that thing breathe.
Yeah. And you got to think about it.
I
We
live it every day. Do you know that I realized that blowing bubbles has become bigger than this podcast?
really,
Literal traveling around the world. Imagine traveling around the world. I tell people now when they ask me, I said I just spread love and bubbles. It's so disarming. It makes everybody smile. Like
yeah.
it's so simple. That little message that I spread, like you cannot blow bubbles and be mad at the same time. You know how I literally had some some blued out little kids on the beach in California blowing bubbles, begging to take pictures with me. They were like, "Can we take your picture, ma'am?" Like,
Not the man. Not the
yes,
man.
they were so sweet, like these little dudes. And I'm telling you, you cannot blow bubbles and be mad at the same time. So that message, I'm telling you, that's already when you said it, it spoke to me. If more people just hone in and figure out what's just one thing, some people have more things than one,
Yeah.
but if you just find one thing that the world needs to hear from your lips, you will most certainly inoculate the world of something.
Yes.
You will
It's a
save somebody's day, somebody's life. If you just commit to speaking life, man, your message is somebody's medicine. I'm going, whoo, tweet that or something. That can't just live in this little bubble, and pun intended.
uh,
Oh my goodness. I
but
love I love
um,
it. Mm.
when we sit and we think about life, and everything that's there, right? Um, like for me, I tell people, come on, think back, right? We're in the year of, we're sitting there with 2019, right? December 2019, everybody's planning their vision board parties,
For
right?
2020.
Honey, we got the little 2020 glasses, and oh, and of course 2020 vision, the year of clarity. We all getting ready to do it big. We was
Woo.
just like ready, and COVID hit,
Said, "Watch that."
and it was
I
like,
don't think anybody anticipated 2020, January of 2020. The first big blow that year dealt us was Kobe Bryant getting killed.
yeah, yes,
It
yes,
was it was like it was jarring. It was like there's no way Kobe, not only Kobe died, but he died the way that he died.
the tragic,
The
the tragic,
way that he died, clutching onto his baby, knowing that they were going down. That's how our January kicked off in 2020. And then 6 weeks later, we're all stuck in the house quarantines. Like, what? And life has yet to be the same. Now, there's been a lot of COVID millionaires made. A lot of people figured out how to pivot and figured out how to
yeah,
how to do different things. And as a result, on the other hand, there's a lot of companies struggling for staffing because people figured out ways to make money without going to punch in somebody's time clock.
And that was, I'm
To
sorry.
make money without going to
Sorry.
punch in somebody's time
Somebody
clock.
sent a message saying that they couldn't see the content on Facebook. So I needed to make sure that we got everybody
Good, we good.
coming
Love
in.
it, love it, love it.
So, but so here we are, right? And we're
Mm-hmm.
2020. I was my youngest son was graduating from high school. I was turning 50. I look, my birthday is in March. That's when they started shutting everything down. So I'm like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be turning up. I'm supposed to be getting in. I was doing the 70s theme. I ordered all this stuff. I was, but that was the thing where life said, let me show you how you got to be ready to shift and adjust. So I was working in corporate, supporting C-level executives. So I'm making travel plans. I'm doing travel, flights and booking hotels and board meetings and all of this other stuff. So all of that was put to a halt. So now what does that leave me? I don't, nobody's traveling. There are no meetings. Zoom all of a sudden just like
Yes,
blew up, right?
yes.
So everything is
Hold on.
virtual.
Why did everybody abandon Skype? What happened with that? How did
Well, I think I want to say Skype was more utilized in corporate, and I don't know. We
Yeah, they
just
just everybody just like here's the Zoom thing. Like, huh? Okay.
yeah, man.
I guess I'll
So here
download
we are.
another app.
That's going back to being in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
It was a season for Zoom. It was a season for Zoom. So, now it's like, and you see the writing on the wall. You see
Yeah.
the writing on the wall. The meetings aren't as plentiful. Nobody's traveling. So
Hey,
I'm
Joy
sure they
Baby.
start looking at their bottom line, like, and we're paying her how much to sit at home. And I look, we in here cleaning house, can't go nowhere, right?
Right.
My house was spick and span during that time. Um, but you sit and you say, okay, so now what? And it wasn't that long afterwards, my employment was affected, and that was twice within a 5-year period.
Mm.
The first time I lost my employment was an acquisition with the company, and then look, funny story. So after that first time, I was like, I'm not going back to corporate. I'm not going back to corporate. I'm going to start my catering, and that's what I'm going to do full time. But you got to collect your unemployment. So with collecting unemployment, you got to do that weekly certification and all this other stuff. So I'm doing this, and I get a phone call from this company, and I'm chilling. I'm laying on my couch, got my fire stick. I'm watching, and the recruiter is asking me questions, and I'm answering yes, no, just real nonchalant. And then she started talking salary. I was like, oh wait, hold on, what she say? Look, I sat up like she could see me, right? So I sat up. I'm like, okay. So now I'm answering the questions a little bit more diligently, and I'm like, yes, ma'am, and da da da. So I got the interview. I went in. They hired me in this December 2018. March 2019, because I was supporting the COO, they let him go. So I'm
Mm.
like, wait a minute,
Mm.
y'all, I just got here, and then I thought to myself, see, that's why I wasn't supposed to be going back to work. But they were like, oh no, we love you, we love what you're doing. We're going to keep you. So
Mm.
now that I went from supporting one person to supporting four people. So I'm like, okay, as long as my income is not being affected, I'm good. We gonna make this thing happen. So I was loving life, and then COVID hit, and I said, okay, God, I hear the writing on the wall. I'm here. So we went ahead and um, got all about the minis off the ground, and went with the got it legally registered, and said, okay, so now what? And here we are 4 years later. And let me tell you something. I just had an anniversary, 4 year anniversary, April 27th. And I was like, okay, you're 4 years into this, right? You're 4 years in. They say 5 years is when things really get juicy. So I gotta stick in, and I gotta hang in there. And
Most businesses don't make it past 2 years. So that in and of itself is worthy of celebration that you're still in existence and still uh, 4 years later. So yes, it can get juicy in 5, but you have survived, honey. But
yes,
go
yes,
ahead.
yeah. So that's where I am right now. And I tell people life after 50, um, during a pandemic. And I look back at everything that I've done, and I had to remind myself to
Hey, Tamia.
stop and enjoy and appreciate every win.
Yes.
Appreciate every win.
Yes. And that's the challenge for a lot of people is recognizing things as wins. We look for this like colossal thing, these explosive growth points and all of this. Like, man, the fact that you are still in existence is a win. Celebrate that. Because if you're not pumping yourself up and appreciating those wins when you have a series of bad days, things can weigh you down and you don't feel like you're getting anywhere. And it's like, man, I was supposed to have a staff of 10 by now. I can't even keep two. Oh man, you're still employed and still in your own company. You're running your own company. That, man, I applaud you, girl. That is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. And it is. There are some days that I sit there and I'm like, okay, am I going back? Am I going back? And I'm like, girl, quit playing. Quit playing. No, you are not. No, you're not. You just got to keep the faith, and
uh Tamia
just
said she saw my dimples and clicked immediately. Ah, I miss you too.
we got double dimples over
Double
here.
dimple. And it's funny, it crazy how other people see you. Like I can't see my dimples on the screen. Like,
I
you know,
can.
wow, okay, okay, yay. Oh my goodness. I'm loving this. And ladies and gentlemen, I hosted a gathering at my house about 3 months ago, maybe, and Chef Couture came and
Chris,
did a
Chris,
not
my
just
favorite.
not just fed us, but she did a cooking demonstration. So she actually cooked in my kitchen, and the presentation was banging. Oh my goodness! And the food was so good. And it's like we eat with our eyes first. So when you get food that is prepared with love, but not only that, but it's prepared like that next level and the next level beyond that, it is so beautiful. It tastes better if it looks better, and I'm gonna stick with that. It was so pretty. It was pretty food. Like, so I can tell you all, if you ever have now, do you travel for catering gigs?
Absolutely.
All right, so she will travel for your
And, and,
events.
and I got my passport ready too. So
I got my passport. Listen, I'll pull up and blow some bubbles. Y'all want to book me? I'm coming. I'm coming. I love it. I love it. And your spirit is so easy and so pleasant. It's like you ever be around somebody and you just walk in a room and you can feel their energy. I don't get that being around you, and it's so wonderful. I
Thank
love
you.
it. Love
Thank
it.
you. Yeah,
Now, how many grandbabies you say you have?
I have four.
Hey, isn't it the best thing ever?
It is, but they are, yes, and I won't say but because there is no but. I wish I was closer. My oldest son lives in Austin, and
Oh,
I don't get an opportunity to see them much. One,
mm,
because it is me and I'm working to, be booked and busy, but I do
hey,
take time out. I do take time out to go and visit, and then they come here as well. So
that's so important. I say all the time, everything that I do is for my grandbabies.
yeah,
I just came back from spending a lot of time with my oldest grandchild. She's the only one of my five who was not in Georgia. Um, but it's so important. I spent Saturday with three of my grandkids who are by my oldest son. And man, I don't know if you saw my post. I posted a conversation with Marley. That's my third granddaughter. She
mhm.
said, Nana, I have superpowers. I said, what's your superpowers, honey? She said, I don't get frustrated and I can help people. I said, you are a superhero. Oh my goodness. Like, what 4-year old talks like that? But she
So
is so like I love it's such an honor to be able to have these little ones. And that's why I titled the thing all about the littles because we're all about our littles. I
yes,
both are empty nesters, but the littles that carry our heart now is it's like I'm
yeah.
butter. And that youngest one of mine, she came through here today, and when she sees me, she just takes off running towards me and cracking up. She just loves her nana. I don't know what I did to deserve that, but oh my God, thank you.
Aw,
Woo!
just gonna go.
I'm telling you, so being a grandmother, they call me Nana, and I chose Nana not because I'm dodging the title grandmother, but because my grandbabies have multiple grandmothers. So I wanted Nana to be distinguished.
You
Like,
want to stand out?
yeah, and I do, and still,
Yes. I'm G mom. I'm G mom.
hey, I
I
love
don't
it.
like that. No, just joking.
I love it. Now, what else do you have going on? You have an event coming up that we have to talk about. Let me see if I can pull this thing up. I have
Yes, yes. I'm having my fourth annual all about the mamas and mimosas. Um, and it's super awesome, you guys. Here again, going back to COVID, um, 2020, Mother's Day is coming up, and we're like, um, okay, so what do we do, right? How do we celebrate? How do we um, spend time with our family, our loved ones after being closed in for so long? Um, and I decided that I was going to host a little something in my backyard because they said, okay, you can start being around people, but a lot of restaurants hadn't started opening back up. And
mm-hmm.
even those that had, we're like, whoa, we don't even know what's going on. We don't know what this stuff is. Um, so I had it in my backyard. Some my family, close friends. So I did a brunch, and they were so appreciative of one just being able to be out, right? Being able to be out and have conversation with somebody other than yourself. Because if you was living by yourself,
That's
But we got creative. We got creative. We were having virtual day parties and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I hosted my first one in my backyard. Um, and when I was finished, they were like, "You need to make this an annual thing. This was beautiful. This was great." So I was like, let me think about it. And it didn't take long. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. I'll do an annual Mother's Day event. And this is year 4. And, kind of like my love, my everything season line, it's a little bit extra, a little bit on the bougie side. Well, I am. So I like to, because
Hey Mo.
I think about, and it's not just for moms, because, I have to remind people not everybody's a mother, but they might be a mentor. They're an aunt. They are a mother
You're
figure.
mothering on somebody.
You're mothering on. So you might have four-legged children, you know.
Mm.
So, it's to be able to say my sister friends, my moms, all of the women that are special, come out. Let's love on one another. Let's have this. So I have a live band. I've had a live band since year 3. Of course, the first year I couldn't have one, so we listened to my speaker box. But as did that the year 2 and 3. Year 2 I had the band. Year 3 I took it up a notch. I had the same band, and then I incorporated a violinist.
Nice.
So this year I'm doing the same thing. So I've got the band. As I say, I've got um, bottomless mimosas, uh, buffet brunch, and a live band. So you got your B's, your brunch, your band, and your buffet. And
Hey.
listen, and so I'm booked. I'm booked with the band and the brunch and the bubbles.
Hey.
Doing bubbles. So but yeah, we have a 360 machine. This year, with the VIP ticket, I have a photographer coming in, so he's going to allow the ladies, because we already going to be fly and jazzy, so we got to get those family pictures or just those solo pictures, so you get an opportunity to um, get a private photo shoot if you
Nice.
upgrade to the VIP. So it's going to
Nice.
be amazing. And I don't, I you know, I look at some of the brunch tables, and I'm like, this has got to be big. I got to keep this going. So I cater to everybody. I've got the bacon. I've got mini frittatas of shrimp and grits, chicken and waffles, French toast bake, chicken salad, croissants, the salmon sliders. Um, I know I'm forgetting something, and then I'm going to have, we got to have the charcuterie, right? So
Right.
the bubbles, the bottomless bubbles. So so we're
Woo.
super, super, super excited.
Nice.
So if you're in the Metro Atlanta area, and if you would like to attend, you can actually click on the ticker, you see allabouttheminis.com, but then do the /shop, and you can purchase your ticket there. And you know what? I said I was going to do something, and I didn't do it. I was going to make a blowing bubble podcast code. Um,
I tell everybody, all of my guests, is just bubbles is the code.
so I will
Want
create
something
one.
different? It can be yeah, you can create a coupon code for our guests, our audience. Bubbles is the code.
So hold on, because we gonna do this while they are here.
Yeah. Look at that.
So
Look
we
at that.
just, I'm like, let's go ahead and do this while we're live. Because somebody might say, "Oh, hold up, wait a minute," because
Yeah.
it's since the event is Saturday, the code will be good for the next till 12 o'clock tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. I'll just put
All
it out there
right.
like that.
Hey. So go to allabouttheminis.com /shop and get your tickets for this Mother's Day brunch. It is going.
Yes.
She got a violinist, y'all. How often do you get to hear a live violinist?
I have
Woo!
some other. I have some other.
Band. You got a photographer. You can do the 360 experience. There's gonna be it's that's what it's gonna be, a full experience. And I'm telling you, just
It is.
the last minute magnificence that this woman did in my kitchen, I already know what's gonna happen when this thing is planned and this is an annual event. Man, stop.
Look, I'm gonna tell you. Okay, so we're gonna say AAMM bubbles.
It's turquoise music note. What is that, Mo? And we got T Monique on here. Hey,
All
face
right.
turquoise music note. I don't know what that means, Mo. I'm looking at the comments on YouTube. Hey, Pam McCoy. Thank you for tuning in. I'm trying to acknowledge all guests. If you all are on, drop a comment so I know that you are here. And oh, just music. Okay.
Just
Know
music.
that you
Okay.
are here. Tell us where you're from. If you're new to Blowing Bubbles, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, the Blowing Bubbles podcast. Look for the lady with the afro and the orange, yellow, and green background and hit that subscribe. Go ahead and follow my Facebook like page and just stay up to date with us. Watch some of those episodes. We got some really amazing content. I'm sorry. And if you feel like you have a story, you have a business, you want to talk about what you got going on, holla at me. Holla at
Holla at
me.
me because you know me.
Okay, T Monique from ATL. What's up? What's up? What's popping? Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think this would be your first time. This is my first time seeing you on. Thank you so very much. I am looking to fill my calendar up. I have been away. While you are looking for, you're setting that code up. Let me do this little commercial for myself. Okay. Okay.
You gonna do
So
what?
I'm gonna do this commercial for myself,
Go
right?
ahead, do your commercial. Go ahead, do your commercial.
So it's official now. My release date for the book, Residue, Growing from Crushed to Crushing It, is June 17th. Whew. I kept putting it off because I didn't know if I was actually going to release it. It's happening. It's happening. There are just too many testimonies and it's happening. But here's the big air horn moment. Book book number two is already book number two is already on the table. It's coming. And it's not just coming. I need a drum roll for this. I'm gonna get I am being personally one-on-one mentored and co-authoring my next book with none other than the Les Brown.
Shut the front door.
This is a Blowing Bubbles podcast exclusive.
Oh my goodness. Oh man, I really need my I need the bubbles. I need to be blowing bubbles for you.
It's
That's super
happening, man.
awesome.
God is doing God. I'm telling you, he is
Honey, look, don't he always?
he does. He does. So y'all, this time next year, my life will be unrecognizable. Like,
That's amazing. Congratulations.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see you, Mo.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sis, my baby sis, she said she can't wait to read the book. It's and my pre-order link is on Amazon already. You can go just type my name in, Karana Hosey, KARONNAHOSEY in Amazon, and you can pre-order the Kindle version. I don't know why they won't let you pre-order the regular book. But if you want to wait for the regular book, it'll be out June 17th. So let's get it. I just ordered a
Y'all heard
preview.
it here.
Thanks, Galloway. What's up, my brother?
Yes.
I'm ready. Now this you talking about a cook, man. He has
Where
a
where where are we? Where are you looking?
he's got a rib business. Whew.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Hey, my friend. Yes, yes, yes. So that is my big announcement. That is my commercial. I will be writing that book. So I got involved with Les Brown because I've been doing a lot of speaking, and I don't know if you all know, but I'm really active in Toastmasters organization. And
We
Les is
heard
like
about
Les is like probably the number one speaker in the world. And I had some experiences that to me were not so positive with um people in business and mentors and coaches and things like that. And I'm trying to figure out how to really craft my message and turn this into a business because I'm standing on this. I'm allergic to jobs. I am I'm just not I'm not ever working for anybody else again. And so I really need to be deliberate, but I need to learn from people actually doing it. So I went through
Yes.
his speaker academy, and I started to, kind of elevate in his circuit. So the last few months, yes, Mo, it's sure to be a top seller. Um, the last few months I have really been like super, super, super locked in on my personal development, on just making sure that I am about what I say I am. And that's not even a hard thing to do, but just really being a lot of people build these brands. They build themselves into a brand, and then they had these hard falls when somebody find out, oh, you've been lying to us, you've been faking. I want to make sure that the Karana y'all get is Karana all day, every day. Now
What
I
you
have
see is what
grown.
you get. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tell people this all the time. I have grown. I have evolved as a woman, as a mother. I have done as a businesswoman, all these things that I am now that I wasn't, let's say 10 years ago, but the nature of me has not changed. So here's where I let people know the me up front. You ever have somebody being intentional about being genuinely you? Yes, T Monique. Um I don't want anybody to ever, if there's ever somebody that does something egregious toward me, and you ever hear somebody say they took you out of character. No, they didn't. It's out of character for me to let that thing slide. No, they didn't. So, I know who I used to be. She's still in there. She ain't died. She just grew up. But don't
Look,
get it twisted. You don't come bothering my babies. I'm so laid back. Don't come bothering my babies. So I just don't want anybody to be like, "Oh my God, she's mean." I'm not mean. You just, what did you do to make me say that or do that? So I just want it to be known. I am far from perfect. Don't come trying to cancel me because you didn't like what I said today. I'm still me. I'm still the person that saves lives. I'm still the person that'll give you the shirt off my back. I'm still the person that blows bubbles and makes everybody smile. But I'm multifaceted. So, we have to get off of this holding people to this air of perfection. I'm not perfect, but I be doggone, I am a very good person. I'm genuine, I'm honest, I'm loving, I'm um very, very soft-hearted towards people in nature, but I'm meek, not weak. So yes, that's my we're not gonna get on me. That was a long commercial. That turned into an infomercial. Okay, code
I'm okay with that.
AAMM bubbles. We got it. She dropped the code, y'all. Code AAMM bubbles.
So all about the mamas and mimosas, which is the AAMM, and then of course bubbles.
I,
So there's one for
big
the.
acronym. I don't know. I knew exactly what it meant.
We gotta have the all about the mamas and mimosas in there. So we do
And
the
then we got the
AAMM.
VIP experience code as well. So y'all cop these tickets. Go get you some, take your
And
mom, take
look,
your sister, do
if you are not in the Metro Atlanta area, but you have someone here and you're like, um, I know someone who would appreciate this, and they're just not in a position, gift them. You can purchase a ticket and let me know to put it in someone else's name. Um, so we,
right.
we can do that as well.
So you can give someone a all about the mamas and
An
mimosas.
experience. And
Yes,
you made that statement earlier, and I
TBs.
want to
Thank you.
I want to go back to that. Um, for me, whatever it is that I do, is it about the food? Of course. Like you said, people eat with their eyes. The food is great. So if they're looking at it and it's uh, eye appealing, it's eye candy, and you're ready to go in and it tastes good and you're ready to go in, but then there's an experience to go along with it. We all know we've gone to places before, the food is good, but the experience is not that great. And you're like, you know what? I won't go back. I just won't go back. Um,
Yes.
because our money is important, and how we spend it
And
is
our time.
in
If I
our
come
in
here
our
to
time.
have
We're
it,
not, that's the one resource that you can never
you
get back.
get
So
back.
when you are intentional about how you invest your resources, and you go to something like this and you get that full-blown experience as well, I mean, you can't
That's a
lose.
win. Now, what time is the event Saturday?
It is Saturday from 12 until 3:30. So
All
just
right.
enough time to sleep in late if you like to sleep in late, and it ends early enough for you to enjoy the rest of your day. And it's supposed to be gorgeous here on. I've been watching the weather. I'm like,
Forecast.
please, please, because folks, even though it rains,
Listen, hold on, time out. I'm sorry. It's a whole fly that keeps, but the thing landed on me once. It's amazing. I didn't flip my laptop and the microphone and everything over. I don't do critters. This thing keeps. I'm trying to keep it together, but y'all, if I spaz out real quick, it's a fly that keeps coming. I'm
Lord, remove this fly from her space, please and thank you.
like, who let a fly by?
Look, I was
Oh my goodness! I keep looking over here, and he's testing me. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Okay, I'm back.
and see. Woo.
That is my kryptonite. I do not do critters. I will walk through
Well,
fire, but I do not do critters. I built bridges for 7 years. I ain't scared of heights, but I don't do baby. This little fly is about to have me tear this whole office up. Like,
look, we not even going to talk about it, because I've been in the bed before, and it's a fly, and it's on the TV, and my TV is up on the wall, and you're like, I can't throw nothing, because if I throw it, I'm
you go,
now I got a whole TV gonna fall off the wall. I'm gonna bust my screen. So now it becomes a project, because you're like, now I got to get up out of the bed, and if I get up out of the bed, you turn the light on, and then you hear
it's a whole thing now.
it's a whole
It's a
thing.
whole thing now. And
It's
now
a,
I'm like, I know I got about 9 fly swatters in this house. They need to come out. It's that season.
get you one of them little zappers. You set it. What the one that looks like a tennis racket,
Hey, Linda
and
Blue.
just set it
I
set it to the
know.
side.
Oh my
To the
goodness. Like
side.
not so long ago, a bird flew in this house. Listen, I was about to break out the 357. Like we both can't be
No,
here. And I know what
no,
I mean. So I was like, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That's one of those where you open up all the doors in the house and you just leave and say, "Look, when I come back, you need to be gone here. You just need to be gone." Okay, it's
Listen.
amazing, and I have to be careful. Like my event supplies are kept in my garage,
Mm,
so when I'm loading and unloading my van, I'm in and out and in and out. So I get the whole fly thing, and I most of the time intentional about not completely closing the door, because I'm my hands might be full or whatever.
mhm.
But there's times when I'm like, Girl, what are you doing? Close that door. Cause just your luck, something gonna fly up in there and now you stuck. And you're on your way out the door for an event. And you can't leave because you're not leaving.
That
Like
thing is not welcome. That,
you ain't gotta go home, but you got to get up out of here.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one. I'm telling you, I will tear the house down. Like I'm telling you, I that's my weakness. I'm not even ashamed of it.
It's we go and we do and we um like today I had the Mamas and Mimosas is Saturday.
Mhm.
Um the venue that I'm using, I got I I am real big on whether it's for myself or my clients and I'm doing an event, I have to go to the event space because I need to understand the layout ahead of time. I don't go and just when you get there, it's like, oh, free for all. I need to mentally understand how I want this set up because it goes along with the whole experience.
Mhm.
So I reached out and I said, hey, I need to come back and do a walkthrough, and they said they were having some stuff done yesterday and today, but I can gain access tomorrow. And I said, okay. And she said, and I don't have any events on Friday, so if you want to start, I'm not laughing at you. I promise I'm not. But she's like, if you want to go ahead and start bringing your stuff when you come, you can do so. Which to me is just that was music to my ears.
Yeah,
So
that's
today, that's what I was doing earlier. I'm gradually loading up the van so that when I go by and do the walkthrough tomorrow, I can unload all of my decor and all of that stuff. So when I get there on Saturday morning, that's less stuff that has to be. When I get there Saturday, all I want to be able to do is
mhm.
unload the food and start getting it fixed up and all nice and pretty. So when my guests get there, I actually have the opportunity to enjoy the event as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is your phone buzzing?
Yeah, I'm
I
sorry.
I'm okay, it's no problem. I'm just like, what am I hearing? I'm looking.
So I turned the volume down.
Oh no, it's no problem. It's no problem at all. I just wanted I told you I'm up here fighting a critter, so I'm hearing some buzzing. I'm like, what?
Look,
He getting
I
ready to make me tear the house up on live stream. I'm like, okay, I hear this thing buzzing. What
but
I'm
here's the
telling you,
funny part.
I was getting
You
ready to
know,
set it off, girl. You can't play like that.
here's the funny part because I'm like, I don't know where that noise is coming from because I got my phone on silent and mm,
Whew. Y'all don't play with me with no critters. Just
mm.
now, y'all know my weakness. Don't play with me. Oh my goodness. I was serious, like,
I
what is
was like, is that me? What's this? And I got the nerve to have two phones over here. So I'm like,
me?
well, which one is making the noise? So, but it was notifications or something.
It's all good. It's all good. But I know that it is getting late. I don't want to keep you much longer. Have you shared everything that you want to share? Do you have any final words? I am going to get out of here. I'm going to let this audience go. We have had the longest sustained audience that I've had in a very long time. So thank you, Chef K.
You're so welcome. Now, I do want to ask, even though I dropped it in the chat, before we leave, can you just add to the allaboutminis.com the /shop piece of it, and then I too am going to share with everyone how they can find. I would love, love, love if you guys would follow me on social media so you can see all of the awesome stuff that I do around the area. Let's see here. But yeah, just being able to have the audience start to follow me on social media. Um, they can get the book, Grandma's Hands, the seasonings, love my everything, the feisty and the bougie.
We just
Oh
leave it up
yeah.
there.
And then I'm waiting for it to come back from the printer. So since we all putting it out there, laying everything out, I have a recipe journal that
Hey,
I was hoping to have back. Um, I will have the sample by Friday, um, but it is you know, I want it for those people who like to cook and create their own recipes. We'll get our little note cards, or we'll have that piece of paper folded up in that junk drawer. And then when you go to do the recipe, you can't find it. Or some people, they catalog it online and all that good stuff. So this will be a recipe journal, which is I am super excited about and very proud of. I'm proud of all of my products. But this particular one, you'll be able to write your own recipes inside of the book. It will have a conversion chart, so you no longer have to say how many teaspoons are in a tablespoon, how many half cups are in a gallon, whatever. When you
yeah.
can't find that whole cup, but you can find that half cup or you can find that third cup. So it's got a conversion chart in there. I added a little wine pairing piece. I got some
Nice.
culinary definitions in the book. So it's something that I put a lot of thought into.
Did you
So
include cheeses? I know you
I
included.
didn't. I didn't do the cheeses. I just did the wines. But
Uh,
don't 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 be mad when I go back to the printer and say, "Wait, I want to
hey,
add this too," and that
I
might
know
be in
you
volume
brought
two.
some
I don't know.
cheese here that was very well received.
You
Um,
said what?
I remember some cheese that you brought here was very well received.
That was my goat cheese.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that was that goat cheese. That let me tell you, that oh, you got me wanting to go downstairs and see if I got some in the refrigerator. But it's too late for me to be eating right now. So
I know, right? My midnight snack has been watermelon. I got
okay,
got a big watermelon, cubed it up, put it in my Tupperware containers, and then when I'm craving a snack, I just go get like a little cup of watermelon because it gives me the kind of the craving. It fulfills that craving to snack on something. It's sweet, but it's also kind of good for you.
yes, I put the wrong thing over there. Um, I try not to eat past 8 o'clock,
Me too. Me
but
too. I done got lazy in my old age, and I'm not working out. So
ooh, we're not gonna talk about it
over
because
over 50, your metabolism be like, girl, bye.
and stuff is shifting.
I
Look,
wait, what? I didn't used to. I used to eat like a garbage disposal. What do you mean I have to stop?
yeah, I'm not big on the whole shifting thing. I've always, you know, I'm 5'3", but I'm 6 feet in my head, and you'll most of the time you will find me in heels unless I am at an event and I'm cooking. Because if I'm doing a private chef experience, you might see me roll up in heels, but it's not like stilettos or anything. I have my boots that have some heels on it because
Mm.
that's my comfort. I'm in my comfort zone that way. But then I invested in some Crocs that have the lift the heels, so
Oh, they
you know
have some wedgie Crocs.
well, not a
Okay,
wedge. It's like almost
kind
like
of.
a platform type of crop, just to give me some more height there. But
I've never owned a pair of Crocs. I don't.
I said I wasn't going to, but I did. I ended up doing it. Um, because I'm like,
Apparently they're
okay,
super comfortable.
you said what?
I said apparently they're super comfortable.
They are. They are. And I didn't look. I did a Facebook live yesterday, and I put a pair of mine on. These particular pair have fur in them,
Oh.
so I'm doing a live. I'm cooking. I've got my big ring light, so I've got the heat from that. I got my waist trainer on. I got these Crocs with, honey. I kept saying, why am I so hot? What is going on? Am I having a hot flash? What's am I my own internal summer moment going on? But no, after I got finished, I was like, girl, you got them hot Crocs on. It was funny. It was funny.
Oh
It
my
was
goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I will definitely be looking out for um, any comments that may come in after we are off air. Everybody, make sure you go to at all about the minis underscore and follow Chef Couture. There are and go to allabouttheminis.com/shop for the book, the spices, as well as to get tickets for this Saturday's event. So you only got a couple days. The coupon code is going away tomorrow. So
manana, manana, manana.
my
And as a matter of fact, I've got to stop ticket sales altogether, um, just to be able to have an accurate head count,
mhm,
um, so that when my guests come, there's plenty of food.
yes. So tomorrow is it, you all. Tomorrow is it. So I want to thank you so very much for coming on, for fellowshipping with me, for sharing all your goodness, stories, your energy, that smile. I thank you for
Oh, I
just
thank
being
you.
you. I appreciate
Thank
you, sis.
you. Thank you.
I have a prior commitment. Again, I'm in Toastmasters, and Saturday I have a all day thing for directors. So I can't be there
Yeah,
Saturday.
you when we met, you mentioned that, and I said that I wanted to talk to you more about it. So once I get past this weekend, I definitely going to reach out. That
Yes,
is,
sure. I love Toastmasters. It's just I'm in leadership in district leadership, so I have a lot more duties than just the average Toastmaster. But it has made a tremendous difference in my life and in my confidence in my presentation and I'm making some really amazing relationships. So I'm dealing with it, but my
yes, you are. Les Brown. Blow them bubbles, baby. Blow them bubbles. Woo! Yay! I
so
am
this
so.
time in the next couple of months, we have an event coming up. Um I believe it's going to be at his home. I will be going live with Les Brown, and y'all, you won't be able to tell me nothing. Just know this.
Look,
You won't tell me nothing. So when I
I'll be
go
like,
live
hey,
with
girl,
Les Brown,
hey,
make sure y'all follow me now so y'all can say I was there before. I was there.
let me be like, hey, girl, let me come hold your bubbles. Let me come carry your bubbles that day.
Yes.
But yeah, that is super amazing news. It's
Yes.
congratulations.
I'm so excited. I still can't believe
Nothing
it.
but
I
the best
didn't
for
even want
you.
to. So I've known about it for a while. I didn't even want to say anything. Like I didn't. But the team told me today, it was like, you can start broadcasting this. Like, you're really doing this. I'm like, oh my god.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, my mom is on here. Surprise! I I haven't even told my mother. Surprise! It's
She gonna
happening.
get you this.
I know. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it whooping.
Yeah, she gonna get you after this. But look, let me tell you something. You have some amazing followers. I too have been trying to keep up with their comments and stuff, and the engagement is super awesome. Thank you guys for um, being on here and listening to my story and hearing about me. There's a lot to me. There's a lot to me, but just being able, like you said, being able to share my story, share my message. That's what I'm going to say. And then I know you got to go because we get so conditioned to keeping stuff within and saying, oh, maybe nobody wants to hear about that, or like your amazing news. Um, but now that just might encourage somebody else to step out there and meet somebody else amazing. So definitely your message is someone else's medicine. So make sure that if you have something that you've been hesitant about sharing or really not know how to get it out there, just do it.
Yes.
No, no
And the things
I ain't
that are,
trying
yeah, the things that are
to,
burning in,
I don't want anybody to,
the things that you
sorry,
can't,
go ahead, go ahead.
oh, the things that you can't stop dreaming about, the things that you go back to. You may work a job for 10 years, but you go back to that thing that you're just naturally good at, that thing that people look to you for. The thing that comes easiest to you that other people struggle and they have to go to school and train for years and years and years, and you just wake up and it's natural for you. That's your thing. Do that. Do that. Just me, like my mother and I were talking this morning, and she was saying, but you, it's just easy for you because I did a pop-up speech. I was asked to speak last night. Like, can you speak like right now? And I had to give a speech like on the spot. Went to a meeting I wasn't expecting to speak. So, and she's like, but it comes so natural for you that it is what I do. I just know how to communicate with people and deliver a message. Find that thing that is your thing. Tap into that. Oftentimes we get inspired by other people and we try to do what they're doing. That's not your ministry, boo. That's not it. That's why it becomes a struggle. That's why things get frustrating because that is not your lane. When you find your lane, it is all the way unoccupied because it's only you. And yes, there's like thousands and thousands and thousands of like public speakers and authors, but my story is my story and I have creative ways of telling it. Who else y'all know out here blowing bubbles? Who else?
Nobody.
So, it's just my way of reaching people, reaching the unreachable. Like I'm literally reaching people who are otherwise turned off to anybody else's message. You cannot blow bubbles and be mad. You can't even be around the bubbles. You see the bubbles and you're like, "Hmm, where is that coming from?" Like,
Right, 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 right.
so that's my message for the moment. Just find your thing, fine tune it and own it. Like you don't even have to compete because it's yours. It's already yours. God gave it. So
Yeah.
I thank you for going back and mentioning that again because sometimes like there's a lot of my story I never talk about me on my show. I always like to have a guest. So thank you for that. And man, let's get it. Let's make 2024 like the year of increase. That's what I've been told. The year of
Yes.
increase, the year of expansion, whatever year it is. I declared it that anyway. Before it, I haven't looked into the meaning of the numbers of the years or anything like that. But I said this is the year that my life becomes unrecognizable. I've been struggling before.
Okay.
I've been down before. I've been sad before. I've been broke before. But all of the things that I'm getting ready to experience, it's unrecognizable because I haven't been here. If I want to go pay $1 million for a mansion, it's going to happen. Because guess what? I'm declaring it. I'm standing on that thing. I'm not distracted. I'm not letting anything or anyone take me off my course. I'm so laser focused on, because I know that it is a mission and a ministry, that I am on this path and it's something that I have to do. And I feel like if I don't, I will be stricken down. And the gifts that were given to me, I've now come to realize why I have all of these gifts. So now I know better. I better do better. So,
Yeah.
baby, it's about to go down. Whatever you want, declare that thing. I'm telling you, this isn't just my story. This can be your story, but you got to lock in on whatever it is that God has for you to do, and do that. Don't get distracted.
Do
Be
it.
honest with yourself.
Do it.
Do that.
Focus.
Man. Woo, girl, I ain't even getting started. Let's go. I want y'all to make sure you go to allabouttheminis.com/shop. Get all the things. I'm telling you, the spices are really good, especially if you're dealing with blood pressure issues. You can have flavorful food without the sodium. So let's get it. Let's keep our flair and our flavor, but let's make sure we're healthy about it, okay? Because we want to live amazing lives for a long time. Imagine you getting the life that you
Yes.
want and you just keel over. No, we want you to be here for a long time. So let's be healthier about our choice.
Yes.
What we put in our mouths is it impacts us in so many ways. It takes your energy away. You can't sleep because
You are what you eat.
you
You
are
are
what
what you eat.
you know. What, one thing other that somebody said to me, we dig our graves with our teeth. I
Oh,
said,
okay.
oh gosh, get out my business. He was this older man. He saw me eating some cheese sticks. He said, we dig our graves with our teeth. I was like, ooh, that's rude.
Mind yours. Hello. No, just so
But he pulled his t-shirt down and showed me the open heart surgery scar. I was like,
he was
ooh,
speaking from his message was your medicine. You know,
yep.
that was an eye opener, right?
Left alone. Cheese sticks. He was like,
Okay.
cheese is fat anyway, but then you're gonna deep fry it? Okay.
Yes. No.
But I left it alone. I've probably eaten cheese sticks once or twice since then. And that was some years ago. So I was killing them like a couple times a week. I love cheese sticks. I would go to the restaurant supply place and buy them by the 10-pound bag. So I was eating them all the time.
Ooh.
Yes.
And
I
then
had it.
you putting the marinara sauce on there too.
Nope, I put ranch on mine.
Uh, oh,
Cause that's better.
yeah. You got the cheese and then you got the cream. Okay.
Yep. So yes, let's commit to living better lives all around. All right, y'all. We can, as y'all see, this is my sister friend, so we can just talk. Let's go.
Let's go. We
Good
got it.
night.
We got it.
Thank you so very much.
Thank
Y'all,
you. Thank you. Thank you.
y'all know how we sign off. Stay
We
popping.
popping. Peace out. One love.
Allabouttheminis.com/shop.